Now, Georgia is in the house, you guys.
I want to know what is in the water in Georgia, because, man, it's so good.
What's in the water there? Catfish and some crawdads.
Bunch of stuff we don't have.
Right river.
Yeah, stuff we don't have here.
You guys will notice that he's from Georgia because he introduced himself from what county he's from. That's a Georgia thing. Like, watch this. Okay, so I'm from Morrow County. These are all Oregon people. Can you all, anybody have any clue where Morrow County is? See, we don't do that here. We don't, it's... there are people here who don't know what county they live in now.
Maybe Raylene and I only know each other the county that we live in. That's it.
So more Georgia questions. So let's see how they'll go down the Georgia stereotypes here.
All right.
Boiled peanuts.
God, I love them. Hot boiled peanuts.
What?
Great. Oh, yeah, you boil the peanuts.
This is their thing.
And, yeah, if you see a guy on, like, the side of the road going toward, like, either the Chattahoochee or going toward one of the lakes there, they'll just have a little stand and a giant kettle full of boiled peanuts, and you got to stop by if you see that because they're going to be good.
Okay.
Wow. I have to remember that.
This is Georgia stuff.
No
man.
kidding.
Or you get the Mexican Coca-Cola and you put the peanuts in them, and then you put your thumb on top and you flip it upside down, put the peanuts in the Coke.
Is it that's the salt that brings out into that? Because my
it
mom
like
used to do that.
caramelizes them.
Yeah.
It like gives you a caramelized peanut.
And when we say Coke, we mean Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's your term for all brown sodas, right?
He said Mexican Coke, which is even more dangerous.
No, it's good. Well, there's a difference. They make it with the real sugar in Mexico, so you have to look on the bottle for made in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
It's a real cane sugar when they're made there. It's really, really good. Yeah, well, in Georgia, that's where Coca-Cola's headquartered. So, like Pepsi, if we go to a restaurant, they're like Coke or Pepsi. I'm like, I'll have a water. I'll say Coke, and they'll go, it's Pepsi. Is that okay? I'm like, no, it's not. I'll take a water.
If I wanted a Pepsi, I would have asked for a Pepsi.
You're damn right. Well, when I get a Pepsi, it tastes like someone took my Coca-Cola and then poured a sweet tea in it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's a Georgia man right there.
Yeah.
What time's the optimal time to go to Waffle House?
Like 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Well, didn't Trevor Lawrence
I think that's
just
the
go
only time I go to Waffle House.
Yeah.
But it's business, right?
Yep.
I
it's
saw
good.
this word online, and I'm not even going to sure if I'm going to say it right. Zaxby's?
Yeah,
Zaxby's?
Zaxby's. Yeah, Zaxby's. Yeah.
We don't have that. What's that?
Well, it's like kind of like a KFC, but they do hot wings too. So it's pretty good. Yeah, you get a thing called a Wings and Things at the Zaxby's, and then you get like 4 or 5 hot wings, like 3 chicken tenders, and then some
Is
French
it similar to
fries.
Buc-ee's?
No, Buc-ee's is a drug
Danny,
stop.
that was rude.
But I'll say
It's not
Buc-ee's has the brisket though.
Yes.
Buc-ee's brisket is incredible. It
Okay.
is so good. If you've never been to Buc-ee's, go get their brisket when you're down south because that'll blow your britches off. They're good.
It's
We
funny
get real protective of our food around here. In-N-Out is trying to come in here, which is from Danny's hood. We haven't even barely got In-N-Outs here yet.
Well, it's funny I bring up Buc-ee's because my son is graduating this year and we're taking a cross-country trip. And he says, Dad, we got to stop at Buc-ee's. Oh, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll look for one if we can find it. So Zach's
Change your
and
world.
Buc-ee's. Okay, good.
Oh man, Buc-ee's it's the only way to stop on the road.
I love it.
It's great. Yeah.
Last Georgia question. I heard about these two, and this was something we would never do. Hurricane party? You ever been to a hurricane party?
In Georgia?
Yeah.
No, that's more of a Florida thing. That's a Florida man thing. We don't really get the canes up in Georgia where I was. We get a lot of twisters, so we'll get a lot of tornadoes, and that is a very
Less of a party.
Well, you'd be surprised. I mean, it's a very redneck thing to like. Oh, there's a tornado warning. The sirens are going off. Instead of going in the basement, you'll get like your neighborhood dad walking out there with the beard, just like.
They don't run for cover?
Yeah. It's really, the sirens go off, and that's like kind of an alarm for all the dads in the neighborhood to meet and hang out in the street and look for the twister. It's like alert, we're going to have a block party.
That's
everybody
funny.
get your beer and look for the twister in the sky.
It's funny you say that because I once played golf in Alabama and they had a tornado warning and it was a dry county. So in the warning, they're like, everyone get off the golf course. Don't get near the trees because in case lightning hits it or whatever. Yeah. So they pulled us in this house, and in this house, we go in, and they're throwing a giant party, and the bathtubs are full of alcohol in a dry county. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, it's like, got to take cover in the bathtub, but you can't because it's full of jungle juice.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was insane. For people how many people love American Idol here? Okay, a couple of us, cool.
Meteor man.
Yeah, Jake loves to make fun of me, but I love to keep track
the
of
last one.
I do. I love to keep track of everybody, and if people don't know already, Josiah was a part of the 2016, the last season of American Idol on Fox with Keith Urban, Jennifer, and Harry.
Oh, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Was it intimidating for you to be there performing and then have them like comment to you? Because I would be nervous as heck to perform in front of them.
It was definitely nerve wracking. I mean, I was 17 when I did it, so I'm going up there. You know, they don't know who I am. And I know who they are. So you know, you go into that room, but you know, it's just kind of they're like normal folks. You know, they're normal people too.
Keith, definitely.
Yeah, really down to earth. All of them. I was surprised with how sweet and kind J-Lo was, and how nice Harry Connick was, and Keith Urban was very kind. So it was, you know, they're really just people at the end of the day. They do the same. They get up in the morning, brush their teeth, and take a shower. The same thing we do.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I guess when you you have to like take off your glasses, put on a different pair, or else you will freak out because you're like, oh, you know. But at the end of the day, I'd done a thing for at the Jimmy Carter Center earlier, and I played for room like this, maybe 10 people, and it was Jimmy Carter, President Carter, and his wife. And I played his favorite song, Georgia on My Mind. So I'm just like, ah! But once you get through that one, that was probably the most nerve-wracking one. It made the Idol thing look not as scary, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But like, go back to Georgia for a second. Like all the artists that have come out of Georgia: Kane Brown, Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan,
Charlie Daniels.
Yeah, so many of them. You know, how far away? Because I know Luke's dad was a peanut farmer.
Right. That
So
sounds south.
it's south of where you're originally from.
Well, you get the peanut farms and the flat turf. The Appalachians I'm more the Appalachian side of it. But Georgia's a big state. I mean, it takes you 8 or 9 hours to go north to south, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's a while.
It's a big old state. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a lot of
That's
fun.
awesome.
There's good stuff down there.
The peanut farms, they grow them boiled, or you do that after?
What does it taste like when it's boiled? I
don't know.
It's so daggum humid and hot that the soil boils the peanuts in the ground for you.
You have no choice. You've never had a regular peanut.
We don't have regular ones there. They come out the ground like that.
Oh,
I
that's
wish.
funny. That's funny. All right, Jake, you got more questions?
I just had one more. So I wanted to ask about this because you mentioned it backstage. I know you grew up, you were a fan of Johnny Cash. Oh, yeah. Probably voice-wise, you probably had an easier time singing his songs.
That was really what it was. I didn't have to transpose it.
You went from playing, he went from playing like music and went into like film and TV, but you mentioned that's where you came from. Did you start out in that?
Oh, yeah. That was my first swing at the entertainment industry when I was 12, 13 years old. I was doing extra roles and going for all of that, doing monologues and stuff. I did a couple small roles in a movie, but I got to meet Marissa Tomei and Billy Crystal on set, which was really cool.
Movie?
It was a movie called Parental Guidance, and I'm the kid with the backpack at the elementary school and kid with the backpack in the hallway. But, you know, it's paid me a few $100. I got, you know, something to put on my resume in the acting world. That's what you just want to build the resume to get a bigger role eventually. But I just, you know, I switched over to songwriting and singing full on because, you know, I got, I guess, tired of auditioning for things that I didn't connect with, you know. So I was like having to like
Kid with a backpack, you couldn't feel it.
Yeah. And like the monologues that like I just really didn't give a darn about what I was saying. But, you know, with my music and songwriting, I got to kind of tell my story a little bit. I got to kind of connect to something, which I love.
Well, with a voice like that, it's very apparent you need to be in country music for sure. Definitely. I mean, Jake and I would love to have pipes like yours. That's for sure. Being on the radio, man, I'd love that. That's great. All right, well, some more music. Ladies and gentlemen, Josiah Siska.
No, thank y'all. Thank y'all very much.